In this video, I am going to talk about two string functions that you might find very useful. So hey guys, this is Vishwet. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So let's get started. So the functions are very simple. Even the function name tells what it does, but we'll still talk about that. So the first function that I will show you is called start with. For example, let me take a string, let's say hello world. Okay, dot start starts with. Okay, so if I pass another string over here, so this is the particular string that I took. Okay, dot the particular function name, and we have to pass the particular argument which will tell us what the string starts with. Okay, so let's suppose if I give h, and if I just do shift and enter, see, it returns true. So pretty simple, right? And instead of h, we can give, let's suppose, he. Even see, it returns true. So starts with, take a string as an argument and check whether the particular string that it checks for starts with that particular string or not. So this is our string, right? Let's suppose this is our string, which is called as hello world. Okay, now we gave we gave another substring to it, right? So this is our main string, which is hello world, and we are doing string dot start with and the particular set of characters that it could start with. So if I just do shift and enter, it returns true, which is fine. Now if I give anything else, maybe po, that's it. And if I do shift enter, it returns false. So as the name goes with, starts with, so given a single character, okay, given a single character, it can take a single character, or it can take two characters, or it can take three characters. It can take actually a full string. Okay, for example, if I tell if string dot starts with hello, it returns us as true. So we can pass a whole string inside starts with and check whether our main string has that particular value in the starting or not. Okay, so I guess this is pretty simple. Now likewise, since we have starts with, there is something called as ends with. Okay, so I will take another string or another string equal to now maybe this time I will take how you doing. Fine. Now if I do another string dot ends with, right? Ends with, I just press tab character, I just press my tab key, okay, and it got auto completed. Now if I do ends with, by ends with it means it checks from the end, right? So let me show you how it works. So for example, if I give something called as h, let's suppose, so does my main string ends with an h? No, right? So it should give us a false, which is false. Now if I give a question mark, so does my main string ends with a question mark? Okay, it gave true. Simple, right? Pretty simple. Now instead of giving only a single character, I can give multiple characters. I can give another string to it. So let's suppose I can give doing. Okay, so another string dot ends with doing, which should give us true, working as fine. If I remove the question mark, will it work? Shift enter, false, because our string does not end with only doing. There is another question mark after this, right? So you have to make sure of these things. So our string has to end with the particular set of characters, right? Still the string ends, then only this function will work, ends with, right? If I give back the question mark, it's true. Simple, right? So these two functions are there, starts with and ends with. You can use it if you like. But actually, there is one function among them which I use, okay, in few of the cases. Let me show you a scenario. For example, there is a file name, okay. Maybe there is a path somewhere, maybe slash bin slash etc, okay. So by the way, my wrong, this should be slash bin slash etc slash file name dot csv, or maybe file dot csv, right? Or instead of file dot csv, maybe I will call this as users dot csv, right? So slash bin slash etc slash users dot csv, this is front slash. Okay, previously I gave backslash. Okay, even backslash will work, but I think the front slash should do good. So a file name equal to slash bin slash etc slash username dot csv. I mean users dot csv. Okay. Now what I generally do, for example, what we could do if we want this particular csv, right? If we want to check whether in our directory we have a csv file or not, right? I want to check. Okay, there could be many files. I want to check whether we have a CSV file or not, right? So, I mean, we can do it in multiple ways. I'll show you one way. Okay, I'll show you two ways. First, I will show you one way you could think of it is maybe you want to check for CSV file. Okay, so you could just use string slicing. Fine, I have not talked about string slicing. Just assume you guys know string slicing. Okay, so I could just do maybe pick out the last three characters from it. Okay, so maybe I could do something like this, -3. Okay, yeah, CSV, right? I could do something like this. Okay, this is string slicing. Fine. So I could do something like this. If file name equal to CSV, okay, I mean this should be here. My bad. Let me revert this back. If file name equal to CSV, then print found. Fine. So it's found. If maybe it's a txt file, that is text file, it will print. Okay, there is no print for that. My bad. I should give a else condition. So these are where your bugs happen. Now see, it says not found. So since it was a txt file, this is txt file which does not match with CSV. Okay, so it is coming into the else part and says not found. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so instead of you doing this, you could do something like this: file name dot ends with okay CSV, and you don't need to give this condition, right? If file name dot ends with CSV, print found, else print not found. Now if I give CSV over here, found. Pretty simple, right? So it does not matter. For example, here our file name, I mean, I gave something like this, -3 : okay, this was CSV. So this only worked because CSV has 3 letters in it, right? If there was more letters, it won't work. For example, if I have a JPEG file, let's suppose, okay. So if I execute this, it will say not found, but see what happens over here. See, it just got PEG, right? It did not got the whole extension, right? It just got PEG because we hard coded this -3 over here. So it can pick only the last 3 characters, which is PEG, right? So if you use ends with, you don't have to worry about that. Just give JPEG. I don't know how many characters it is. I don't want to count. I just want to know whether it ends with JPEG or not. If it ends with JPEG, just print found. and it works. So like this functions you can use, it will help you like eliminate few of the things. For example, in my particular list I could have many files, right? I could have maybe a CSV file, I could have maybe a txt file, or maybe mp3 file, right? I don't know whether you have mp3 or not, but let's suppose we have different files like this, right? Now see the size, this is 4 characters, this is 3 characters, 3 characters, 3 characters, right? If I use this particular approach, let's see what happens. So these are called, I'll call this as files, or I'll call this as file names, right? And here if I just print it for file name in file, for file name in file names, and I'll print file names. I'm just trying to show you one scenario. See, if I do this approach, it just picks up peg, it just picks up CSV, it just picks up txt, mp4, the last 3 characters, right? Okay, but I want the whole, I want to put a check for JPEG, right? So if I use ends with, it eliminates this thing. I don't need to hard code this -3. So I hope I did not complicate it. I was able to explain. Now just to bear with me for another minute, okay? If I do for file name in file names, okay, and if I just print it, okay, my bad, why it is showing like that, file names, yep, now it should work. See, so it is iterating on every single element. So on the first we have the first file as JPEG, users.jpg. So it was able to find that because that ended with JPEG and it printed found. The rest we don't have a JPEG, so it said not found for CSV, not found for txt, okay, not found for txt, and not found for mp3, right? So this is a pretty cool function. You can try this. It will help you a lot, ends with and starts with. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, do press that like button, and I will see you in an awesome upcoming programming video.